Dear Mom, retirement. Wow, you finally did it. That in itself is a huge accomplishment. Most of us had our money on you never leaving. We expected to find you at an age of 102, frozen to your desk, writing an email about some student, cup of coffee in the one hand. The email would probably have been a bit wordy, but very clear in its message. Retirement. Retirement invites reflection, remembrance, rejoicing. It is a celebration of the completion of one phase and the commencement of another. I guess one of the big reflections a retiree probably has is, did it matter? Did it make any kind of impact? Did I make an impact? I wish I was a mathematician. I would love to find the formula that could quantify the impact that we have in the world as individuals. As human beings, we all make an impact on each other. We make an impact to the people we meet, the actions we take, and the influences we have. And sometimes that impact carries over to other people and the people they meet and the actions they take and the influences they have. And then again, it carries over again. Some of us are in a position to have a greater impact than others by virtue of our profession. As educators or people who work with people, the impact potential is higher. Impact potential sounds a bit mathy, doesn't it? More people, more impact. However, the impact potential is greatly influenced by virtue of how we choose to do our jobs, the style in which we perform our jobs, because you got to think about style. And even more so, our style is a direct reflection of our character. Who we are determines how we do our jobs, and thus the impact we have. So, the main components of a mathematical equation must be I, impact, equals P, profession, S, style, C, character. And I'm sure there's some kind of exponentials and X's in there if it's supposed to be a real equation, but again, I'm not a mathematician. Mom, there is no doubt that your impact has been immense. And it has not just been by virtue of your profession, but equally or more so by your style because of who you are, your character. Your character is comprised of dedication, compassion, helpfulness, honesty, kindness, and much more. For me and my brother John, this is something we witnessed growing up. You gave us love, guidance, and independence. You always allowed anyone to come into the home to be a gathering spot and made our friends feel welcome and at home. We saw it in our exchange students, how you provided an extraordinary experience for them. How you took the non-placeable kid and gave him a home, the shy kid and made him feel special, the rebel kid and gave him responsibility, and much more. For them and for us, you were Mom. We could always count on Mom. And I've certainly seen it in your devotion to your grandchildren. I think spoiled is an understatement. For them, you're Granny, and you can always count on Granny. When you were a teacher, we saw it in the many ways that you worked with your students. The government class election parties at the house, the meeting with the student about a grade, the extra help for a particular student. I remember sitting in a basement hall where you had your office late at night, waiting for you to meet with a student that had a special problem. Definitely non-office hours. I remember how students used to praise your teaching while they were at the house, or how a certain football player took us to football practices in hope of extra credit. We also saw it in the way that you worked with your sponsored students, how you've juggled activities to be able to make an appearance at a birthday, at a wedding, at a graduation, to meet their family, etc. How you have found housing for a homeless student, how you've met with students at odd hours of the day and night to help them with whatever they needed help with, how you challenged bureaucratic decisions which were not in the best interest of your students, and I even remember a visit to a jail once to help a student with a legal problem. We've also seen it in your relationships with your staff and your co-workers. There's no doubt that Nancy and Angela, who have been with you for many years, can attest to your many character traits. In your professional capacity, anyone who ever needed help, advice, guidance, or even a kick in the behind, always received your utmost attention. They always felt heard, helped, and valued. And no one ever questioned whether that attention was really part of the job or not. But why should they question it? You're Mrs. Cook, and you can always count on Mrs. Cook. Mom, you've had an enormous impact on thousands of people, either directly or indirectly. People all over the world, from the core of College Station to all of America to the far-reaching corners of the continents, possibly including Antarctica. I'm not really sure if you have any students that work with penguins. And these people have all been impacted by you, your actions, and your influence. Heck, you probably also had an impact on people in space, and not to mention the tiny kingdom of Denmark. Retirement. It is indeed truly an accomplishment. So Mom, as you celebrate the culmination of your outstanding career and decades of dedicated work, and commence on the next phase as Vi Cook, the retiree, you can nobly rejoice in the certitude of knowing that it did matter. You made an impact.